Welcome back, Mr. Ramamurthy.
Thank you.
Water theft is going unnoticed in Bangalore. Is it true that 34% of water supplied to Bangalore is unaccounted for? Illegal water connections are rampant?
Yeah, as I was trying to say in earlier one of those questions, what we call it UFW, unaccounted for water. So somewhere around 34 to 37% is there, and entire thing is not theft. So there is some difference between the theft and UFW. Theft is a part of UFW, that not entirely UFW. UFW could be because of various reasons. It could be because of our pipelines, which are old pipeline, which are old, corroded. There is leakage of water. There may be unauthorized connections, theft of water, or water could be leaking out in the house service connections, or water could be leaking in the meter point in the individual house area. So there could be many other issues. I understand that because of all this, somewhere around 34 to 38% water is getting
38%?
Up to certain places,
including
also,
the leakage and theft.
all put together. And our primary concern today, as I said, because bringing water from outside 100 kilometers, 200 kilometers is one side that is being looked into separately. But my concern today is that to reduce this leakage as much as possible, so that so much extra water will
What
be
are you
available.
doing about it?
No, I tell you, so much extra water is available for people to be distributed to people. So for which, of course, works have to be taken up in the entire Bangalore city. What is that you have to do? Old and corroded pipelines have to be replaced. There you stop the leakage. Then their house service connections are taken from these pipelines into the house. Each house has got house service connection. In fact, that is the responsibility of the consumer. From our pipeline to their sump inside their house, that whatever the pipeline goes is called house service connection. That is the responsibility of the consumer. There also a lot of leakages are there, because maybe 30-40 years already over and nobody has seen what is going on in the underground, what is going on there. And meter is also there. So meter also is not recording properly. And meter, at the meter point also there could be leakage. There could be unauthorized connections of water, people drawing unauthorizedly, which we call as a theft of water. So like that, there could be many reasons. So what to take up this kind of a thing in the entire city at a time will create a lot of problems. So we have to dig up roads in the entire city. A lot of traffic problems will be there, and at a time doing it is also very difficult. So what we are trying to do, we have selected one division, as I said earlier, South Division of Bangalore City, for taking up this project. It's called a sort of a project in Bangalore, which tackles about 110,000 connections. So there we are going to replace all the old and corroded pipelines. We are going to change the meters. We are going to change the pipeline house service connection. So all that is things are required. Technically, to reduce the leakage, we will bring there. So we are trying to bring it from, let's say, 34 to 38 to 15%. 15% is a very reasonable one anywhere in the world for that matter. Though, of course, in the developed this thing, they may be even 5-6% also. But internationally recognized 15% is quite reasonable.
So you are at it.
We are at it. We have already called for tenders, and we are getting assisted.
I can understand in South Bangalore you say that Japanese agencies, I'm sure firm is trying to do that. Other areas where you yourself are doing something like this?
No, in a sense, I have to raise financial resources to take up this work in other part of this thing. That is one part of it. That also could be done. But taking up this kind of a work simultaneously in various parts of the city at a time will create problem of mobility and other things in the city. So we cannot take up in the entire city.
But what is that maintenance work you take up then? Maintenance work of pipes, and they lay down pipes and all. You BWSSB must be taking that.
Yeah, no, maintenance work mostly is in the pumping stations,
maintenance work
service stations,
not on the leakages and
no leakages wherever happen, whenever it happens, of course immediately attended.
Coming to that, wherever it happens, most people have complained that your men reach the spot late. They complain about leakage, but by the time they go there, your men reach there, lot of water has gone out. Don't you have any mechanism where you can find out where the leak is? Is there any mechanism we have? This is the IT city. You must be having, on the computer you should know where it is leaking.
No, as far as the leakage is concerned, we have 106 service stations in the city, distributed in different parts, where we have our own people, men and materials. Whenever they get a message that there is leakage, there is no leakage as such happening. Whenever you see water coming out of this thing, that happens in that particular moment. Not that it is happening all the time. At that particular point of time, it has come out. So immediately our people reach there and
that immediately is not. That is our complaint.
No, I tell you on that. So this is one misconception also, that they see leakages happening and water is just going and nothing is being done and all that. But it's actually not true. A lot of things are being done which you cannot see there. What has happened, once there is a pipe leakage, water comes out of the pipe, right? So what we do immediately, we go and stop the water supply in that area. So that to attend to that, first you have to cut the water supply. That can happen at particular regular intervals. So what we do, wherever the leakage is happening, we go upstream, above that particular level, wherever another joint is there, immediately we cut the water supply there, so that water should
Doesn't
not
flow
continue to flow. But whatever water that is already there in the pipe, it cannot help it, it has to come out. So though it looks that as though we have complained or people are there standing and looking at it and water is coming out, you cannot help it, because that is what the pipe that is there in the damaged pipe, which has to come out. But immediate action is already taken on the upstream side, so that there will be no further leakage. Then immediately is attended to, one thing. Secondly, of course, very unique system of 24/7 call center we have established. First time in the country, any utility for that matter, especially a water utility, we have come out with a call center we have established 24/7.
One common number?
One common number.
Can you just give it out to our listeners?
2223 8888.
2223 8888.
Any person who is concerned, who is a problem with water supply, who is leakage he's just going around and he says there is a leakage, immediately he can ring up from his mobile this particular number, and within 5 minutes he will get a SMS from our call center telling that his thing has been registered and all that. So, and not only that, now I tell you the unique system in the country, because many utilities may have a call center. But what happens, it is being recorded and then it is forgotten. But what we do here, within 24 hours, our call center people will come back to you if you have registered a complaint, telling that you have registered a complaint, and our engineer says that he has rectified it. Are you satisfied about it? If he is not satisfied about it, you can say so. Then what happens, the complaint automatically gets escalated to the next higher authority, telling that why it has not been attended to. Within 72 hours, it doesn't happen, it comes to my mobile. So I come to know, if they comes, then there is some problem. Within 72 hours, it has not happened.
So
either people have not attended.
Right of the people to reach up to you even when it doesn't get solved at the lower level.
Automatically it comes to me in this case. So that system that we have developed. So in kind of any leakage, anybody notices, immediately they can ring up this number. You will get an identity also, a number, and you will be called back also. And if you know that it has been rectified, you can say so. If you are not satisfied, you can say. So consumer satisfaction is the most important goal that we have kept in BWSSP. That is very, very essential. If you are satisfied, then only you are also satisfied. Otherwise, we are not.
Mr. Ramamurthy, that's a nice thing. Some time ago, you had announced a constitution of a committee, I remember in the newspapers we read, to identify alternative water resources for Bangalore. Has it submitted a report? Has the committee submitted a report? Kaveri water supply alone cannot quench Bangalore's thirst. We can't depend upon Kaveri forever. There should be alternative sources.
Absolutely.
Has that committee submitted a report?
Realizing, what has happened, as a shortage of water in Bangalore city, a lot of people are giving a lot of ideas. A lot of ideas, maybe economically may not be feasible, or technically not feasible, or maybe feasible. There are so many other versions. So, an expert committee has been constituted, and they already had some about 5 to 6 sittings. It has administrators, scientists, technicians, everybody is there in the thing, and perhaps in another 3-4 months they will submit an interim report with their interim discussion what has happened. Maybe in another, they have been given a time of about a year to study and give the report. So already now 4 months are over, maybe in another 2-3 months they will give an interim report. So in another about 6-7 months they will finalize the report and give it to us, giving us what could be the short-term solutions, what could be medium-term, what could be long-term solutions for Bangalore city, where should you bring water, how should you augment the water supply, all issues related to water supply to Bangalore city. That is coming. That is
in 3 months' time,
another 3-4 months' time, we will get an interim report. So then I think there will be some subjects for discussion.
On this subject, Mr. Ramamurthy, there is a question by Muralidhar Rao. He says Mysore City Corporation has outsourced water supply system upgradation and distribution to JUSCO, the target including reduction of unaccounted for losses to less than 15% by the end of the contract period. In view of BWSSB's acknowledged incapacity to achieve such targets, shouldn't it be looking at such a tie-up? If not, why not?
Yeah, in this issue, Mysore city and water supply system and Bangalore city, there is one very big difference. One, is that Mysore city, as far as the bulk water supply system, bulk water quantity is required, there is absolutely no problem. They have 2-3 Kaveri is there, Kabini is there, 2-3 waters. They have got plenty of water. There is no shortage of water. Only they have a problem of water distribution in the city.
Okay.
So they are now had done this under the JNNURM scheme of the government of India. They are doing this 24/7 system in Mysore city, and they have given it to Jesco, a Tata company, on a tender basis and all that. They are doing some work. They are trying to reorient the entire distribution system in the city, whereas Bangalore is a different ball game in a sense. Our bulk water itself is less for us. We do not have sufficient quantity of water. Water shortage is there. So, and also they are being assisted on the norm, more than around 250 crores of rupees.
So what you say is, our Bangalore's problem is the supply. You don't have water. But
bulk water. It's called bulk
distribution we can manage.
Distribution is far better in Bangalore city.
But Mysore,
is
we have a lot of water,
yeah,
but distribution is a problem very big. So
that's why they have a different kind of an approach to their problem. We have a different kind of an approach to our problem.
So that approach cannot be followed here.
24/7 to the entire city immediately is a very big problem. First, we have to improve the bulk water supply to Bangalore
then
city.
you can think of.
Then you can think of 24/7. Otherwise, what happens within the shortage situation happening? One area getting 24/7, other fellow not once and getting 2 days. A lot of social disparity will become, and it will lead to a lot of other problems. Whereas in Mysore city, it is not a problem. You can definitely
I was told in Mysore city they get water every day.
Should be, because there is plenty of water.
Plenty of water.
So there is no, there are 2-3 sources of water is there, and there is no shortage of water at all. Suppose they can improve the distribution efficiency, then they can do this.
Much better.
Whereas ours is a different case.